Hey, I'm Luke, this is Red Beard Reviews, and today we're looking at EDR. What is that? Well, that's everyday recovery items. What is in your everyday recovery kit? What is that, you ask? Well, let's see. There's something called EDC, or everyday carry, that a lot of people talk about. There's probably thousands of videos on YouTube all about it. Tells you what you can carry, how to carry, cool little gadgets that you can carry with you. You know, everyone's got their phone. Some people have a nice little knife. Of course, you got your keys. If you're going to drive anywhere, you lock something up. Maybe you have a wallet, cards, money, cash, things like that. And of course, you got to always have your tactical axe with you at all times too, in case you have to cut down a tree or knock down a door or something else. But that is for you. That's something that is everyday carry, very personal, and just for you. What about if you need to help your neighbor? That's what I'm looking at today, and an everyday recovery kit is something that I have on my pickup at all times, or in my pickup at all times, because it doesn't take up a ton of space, but it can be useful. Just a couple weeks ago, I noticed on my drive home that there was someone on a mile line north of me that wasn't moving, and I had just run there that very morning, and there was 1-2 foot drifts of snow for about 600 to 800 yards that it was just completely blown in with that snow across the road. And I was like, you know, I think they're stuck. I get home, I get my binoculars out, and I go take a peek, and sure enough, I see a car just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, not moving. Okay, get the pickup, drive over there, pull them out, and the way it worked with cars, I had to pull them backwards about 600 yards just to get them out of the stuff that they somehow had gotten into. But I'll get to that in just a little bit with what I had to use and what I wish I could have used. I got something new, and none of this stuff is super expensive. There are different recovery things that I've seen, overlanding forums and some of the latest and greatest stuff, and you can buy ropes that are $200. And how many times are you going to use it in your life? Well, maybe once, maybe twice. I've used a couple of these ropes lots of times. I'm going to show you and tell you about that, but let's just dive into it and start cheap and easy. A lot of things that people get would be shackles. You get an aftermarket bumper, you get one of those little hitches that have a small hole in it that you think, oh, I can pull something. You can go on a four-wheeler, side-by-side, things like that. These are like $15-20 on Amazon. Go to the local hardware store, things like that. This came with my hook road bumper that I got. These I've had for a very long time. I painted them up just to match the color that I was going with on my pickup. I added these isolators. These actually came with the hook road. I really like them because they don't make little bouncing noise or ding noises against your bumper as you're going down the road if you still have them on. They are very effective for hooking a rope up to your bumper, or if you do want to fork the cash out for a winch, you can hook your winch up to that so it's easier to access. Another option, like I said, there's the little ones that you can put in a receiver hitch. I have a receiver hitch with a large shackle mount. This is so that I can put any rope I want through here, or a big chain, and not have to worry about it. I do have a chain, but I don't normally carry it with me. It's just in my garage. If I really need it, I guess I better go get it. It's also really heavy, and that's why I don't normally have it in my everyday recovery kit. This was at Tractor Supply. It's been so long since I've had it, I don't remember what the price is, but you know, prices go up, prices go down. You can probably find them. If you think you're going to need it, you can probably pick one up for a decent price somewhere. Wait for a Black Friday sale. I can't remember if I said it. These shackles, like $15-20. I did say it earlier. You can get them painted, different colors, things like that. Their load rating varies. I try and find one that at least looks like it's okay. There's a total Chinesium. Moving on to ropes, we've already talked about them, or I've mentioned them. I have several different ones behind me here. This is my latest and greatest that I've not had a chance to use. That's why it's still in the packaging. This one is a 1-inch thick by 38-foot long kinetic tow rope. I got it because a buddy at work, he told me about them. I haven't really got a chance to use it yet. Used his at work a time or two to pull things. I really like this idea that there's no more snap. You can just get a little bit of a run, pull, and the kinetic energy takes care of it. This one was an Amazon special. I also used some reward points, and I spent $40 for this. Just over that after reward points. You know, it's probably like 60 bucks or a little bit more after a 10% discount that they had. So I think it was like 70, 75 bucks new on Amazon. So it wasn't a name brand. It wasn't like a Rhino or something like that. And I kind of wanted one, but I didn't want to spend 150 bucks for a rope that I may use a few times, because I'm like, well, if it does snap, I have backup ropes. I kind of want to try it. I can do a review on it once I actually get a chance to use it. I did not get to use this when I did that recovery just a couple weeks ago, and it was just kind of how it worked out. But this one is rated to 33,500 pounds, supposedly. So as much as I can pull with my half ton, as long as I'm not getting crazy and trying to pull a tractor or a semi out, something that's really stuck, I can probably do it. So getting a $40 rope is pretty good. I have 2 more ropes behind me. I've had for a long time. Got them from a good buddy of mine, and these things have pulled a lot of stuff, mostly like for mudding and off-road fun play stuff. But I pulled my wife's Kia out of the ditch one time when she accidentally went in, and right across from the entrance to the road. And then I also pulled that guy out just recently here with this. This actually went from one side of the back end of his car to the other, and that was part of the reason why I had to pull him backwards, that there was nothing under the front of the car, which is very common with a lot of vehicles, that there's nothing to hook onto for the most part. You know, on a pickup truck, at least you have tow hooks or mounts that you could put the shackles on. There was nothing. It was a smooth skid plate and a couple little tiny holes, and I was like, shoot, I wish I had something for that, which I do now. We'll get to that in a second. This is a shorter rope. I just hooked this up to each side. He did have a hitch mount, or a mount for there could be a hitch on the frame on the back of his car. I hooked this up together with some D-rings and this, and then got my big boy out. This is an old rope and has been beat up a lot, but it works very well, and it can pull anything I can throw at it. So, you know, that's not to say, you know, cost-wise, when you're looking at everything, some of this stuff, you find a deal on it. That was a used rope off of a tugboat, from what I was told. So it didn't cost a lot, whereas brand new, it might be a ton. I don't know. Sometimes you find deals. I'd say take a peek, look around. There's always something looking you could do. Otherwise, like I said, you look at Black Friday deals or the Amazon Prime Day, you're going to get a kinetic tow rope made in China that is a little bit cheaper, but it still might serve your purposes. Moving on to another thing that I got during Amazon Prime Day, and I've been wanting to try them, but I haven't gotten stuck yet, and I should just go out and give them a whirl, are these X-Bull recovery boards. And I only got 2 so far. I didn't think I'd really need another set, but they look fine. These are the X-Bull recovery boards. I only got 2 of them. I got them in green because that's my color that I like to have for accessories. I should just really take these things out, try them with the 4-wheeler, try them with my pickup. If they break, well, they break. I got them on Amazon Prime Day, so they were cheaper than full price. Kind of the way it goes. That's usually what I look for, is I look for some deals, and I guess I have them if I need them, which is kind of the point of the recovery kit too. Whether it's to help out my wife if she gets stuck in her vehicle, or I get stuck myself if I'm somewhere out hunting or whatever, or helping out your neighbor. And that's kind of what I have this set up for too, is if I need to help someone else out, family friend, someone that I don't know that's stuck on the mile line north of me. Yeah, that's kind of what it's for. And so, last but not least, I got these RTJ recovery cluster hooks. About a month ago, just getting out of church, and there was a lady that went in the ditch, got stuck, and was like, well, I'm in the family van. I can't help out. I don't even have a shovel in the van. But it was a warm day. We were kind of digging around with our hands, and someone did have a rope in their pickup, and there's a bunch of farmers, and it's like, lo and behold, no one has a rope, no one has a shovel, no one has anything else. One of the guys came up, and he's like, hey, I got this hook thing that I bought from the local implement store, and it was something kind of like this, but it's a little bit different, but it had all the different the cluster hooks on it, the keys, whatever you want to call them. And we were able to hook onto the underside of the front of her vehicle and get her pulled out. And so I thought, man, that was handy. I should really have something like that. And then just a couple days later, like I said, there was the guy stuck on the mile line, and there was nothing underneath his vehicle on the front end. I could have pulled his vehicle out to the front, and it would have been maybe like a 75-yard pull. And I had to pull his car, about 600 yards. It was almost that. I know, since I run that a lot of mornings, and I know that it's a total mile, and between the section that he was in was a half mile, and I had to pull him most of that. So these have 3 different hooks on them, and you can find other stuff about this online. These are MyT products, so they are made in China, things like that. One is for Ford and other normal models made in the US. One is for Chevy, GM type normal models, and then another one is for foreign vehicles. I'd have to look up in which one it is, but basically you pick which one fit. You just use these and find a hole in the subframe of the front of the car or vehicle that you're going to pull, or the back, and fit it in there, and then you have an attachment point to hook your rope to. I really wish I would have had this, because I hadn't bought one yet. I've been thinking about it, and had to spend like over an hour getting them out between the digging and finding a spot to attach the rope to on the back of his vehicle, whereas I could have just pulled them 75 yards forward with one of these and been a quick hook. So I ended up ordering myself a set. They were $36, I believe, on Amazon at the time when I bought them. I think they're worth it if I only use them once or twice ever, especially, if my wife gets stuck. We have a Kia Sedona. Had the Sorento, now we have a Sedona, because bigger family, bigger needs. That also has a little nice skid plate underneath, and there's not a lot to hook onto, so these would be very worth it if I have to ever pull her out of something. I did get new tires on her vehicle, which makes a world of difference. Always check your rubber. And I did say last but not least, but another thing that I consider very important is shovels. This one would be more of a summer shovel. Say that 10 times fast. Dirt. It's even got dirt on it because I use them. I like having the slightly shorter one, just a little bit handier to have. I don't need to go all out. This is a Groundwork from Tractor Supply. I don't remember how much it was exactly, but fairly cheap, easy to get, easy to store, and I always have a shovel in the back of my pickup, and I also always throw a scoop shovel in the back of my pickup in the wintertime, because having a regular shovel is just not enough. If you want to shovel snow, go with a scoop shovel. It's a lot nicer. So that is everything that I have. There's many more products out there. This is just kind of a basic, and I'm calling it my EDR kit, Everyday Recovery. It's not for me. It could be for me, but for the most part, it's for me to help someone else out. So I want to know. Write in the comment section down below, or shoot me an email. People have done that. I'll reply to you. No problem. What do you have? Do you have a ton of stuff to get people out if they're stuck? You've been thinking about it. Maybe there's something that I'm missing that's really obvious. I do sometimes carry kitty litter. I used the last of it for my dad last year. I got to get more. That's about it. It's not EDC, it's EDR. This is Redbeard Reviews. I'm Luke. Have a good one.